What if a war could be fought without a single soldier stepping onto the battlefield? What if a pilot could carry out a high-stakes mission in a different hemisphere and still be home in time for dinner? It sounds like the plot of a science fiction novel, but it is the defining reality of modern conflict. Today, the most powerful weapon isn't necessarily the biggest, it's the one that's invisible. We call them drones. Formally, they are known as UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles. To the average person, a drone might be that buzzing quadcopter you see at the local park or a tool for filming breathtaking wedding videos. But in the world of global defense, these machines are high-tech marvels that have completely shifted the gravity of power. In the last 2 decades, drones have evolved from experimental curiosities into the primary tool for intelligence, surveillance, and precision strikes. They have changed the threshold of war, making it possible to see everything and reach anywhere without ever putting a pilot's life at risk. But how do these ghost planes stay in the air? How do they see through solid clouds? And who or what is really sitting in the cockpit? What are military drones? At its simplest, a military drone is an aircraft without a human pilot on board. But the difference between a drone and a traditional fighter jet goes far deeper than just an empty seat. Think of a traditional aircraft as a vehicle built around a human. Engineers have to worry about oxygen levels, cockpit displays, ejector seats, and the physical limits of the human body, like how many G-forces a pilot can survive before passing out. A drone, however, is a flying sensor. Because there is no human inside, the aircraft can be designed with total freedom. It can be as small as a hummingbird or as large as a commercial airliner. It can stay airborne for 30 hours straight, something no human pilot could do without losing focus or needing a nap. If a traditional jet is a flying warrior, a drone is a flying eye. The 4 families of drones. Not all drones are created equal. In the military world, they generally fall into 4 families based on their specific job description. The marathon runners, surveillance. Drones like the RQ for global hawk fly at extreme altitudes, way above civilian air traffic. They don't carry weapons. They carry cameras so powerful they can monitor an entire country's border from 60,000 feet. The scout reconnaissance. These are often smaller. Like the Puma or Raven, a soldier can literally throw these into the air by hand. They provide immediate, real-time eyes over the hill for troops on the ground. The Hunter Combat UCAV. This is what most people think of when they hear the word drone. The MQ-9 Reaper. These carry precision-guided missiles. They are designed to loiter,
Still loitering?
patiently for
Target
hours
not yet in frame.
until a specific target is identified. The arrow loitering munitions. These are often called kamikaze drones. They are a hybrid between a drone and a missile. They fly over an area, searching for a target. Once they find it, they crash into it. They are inexpensive and have changed the face of modern tactical defense. The invisible tether, how they work. So, if no one is in the plane, who's driving? The brain of the operation isn't in the sky. It's on the ground. This is the Ground Control Station, GCS. Inside, a pilot and a sensor operator sit in front of a wall of screens, using joysticks that look remarkably like high-end gaming setups. But here's the challenge. If the drone is in the Middle East and the pilot is in Nevada, how does the signal reach it? The signal doesn't go in a straight line. It travels from the station up to a satellite in geostationary orbit and then beams back down to the drone. This creates a tiny delay called latency. Because of this split-second lag, the drone has to be smart. It uses GPS navigation and a sophisticated autopilot system. The pilot doesn't usually fly the drone by manually moving the wings. They give the drone waypoints, and the onboard computer handles the complex physics of staying level and navigating the wind. If the signal is ever lost, most drones are programmed to automatically fly back to their home base and land themselves. The tech inside the all-seeing eye. The real magic of a drone isn't the wings, it's the ball under the nose. This is the sensor gimbal. Inside this ball are infrared cameras that can see heat signatures in total darkness. There are laser rangefinders that can calculate the exact coordinates of an object miles away. But modern drones are becoming more than just cameras. They are increasingly powered by artificial intelligence. AI algorithms can now scan thousands of hours of video in real time, automatically tagging trucks, tanks, or specific objects so the human operator doesn't have to blink. This data is transmitted back to headquarters instantly, allowing for what military experts call the kill chain, the speed at which you find, fix, and track a target, the drone advantage. Why has every major military in the world shifted toward drones? It comes down to three things: risk, reach, and resources. Reduced risk. If a drone is shot down, you lose millions of dollars, but you don't lose a life. There is no grieving family and no prisoner of war. Precision, because drones can loiter and watch a target for hours. They can wait for the perfect moment to act, theoretically reducing the risk of hitting the wrong thing compared to a fast-moving jet. Cost effectiveness. While a Reaper drone isn't cheap, it's significantly less expensive to build and maintain than an F-35 stealth fighter. You don't need to train a pilot to withstand 9 gigaseconds. And you don't need a massive life support system inside the aircraft. The shadow side limitations and risks. But this push-button warfare isn't without its shadows. There are deep ethical concerns. When war feels like a video game, does it make it too easy to start one? There are also technical vulnerabilities. Drones rely on signals. If an enemy uses a signal jammer, they can blind the drone or even spoof its GPS, tricking it into landing in the wrong place. And then there's the human cost. Despite the precision, civilian safety remains a massive concern. The view from the straw, the narrow perspective of a drone. Camera can sometimes lead to tragic mistakes on the ground that a human in the air might have spotted. Real-world use. We've seen drones play a pivotal role in recent global conflicts. They've moved from being expensive toys for superpowers to essential tools for almost every nation. Drones have made the battlefield transparent. It is now almost impossible to hide a tank or a troop movement from the eye in the sky. This has slowed down traditional warfare and made hide-and-seek a deadly, high-stakes game. Military drones have moved us into a new era. We've gone from the age of brute force to the age of persistent overwatch. As AI continues to evolve, drones will become smaller, smarter, and more autonomous. The technology itself is just a tool, neither good nor evil. It's how we choose to use it, the laws we write to govern it, and the moral lines we refuse to cross that will define the future of warfare. The eye in the sky is here to stay. The question is, what will it choose to see? If you found this deep dive into drone technology helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. What are your thoughts? Do drones make the world safer or more dangerous? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And if you want to see more documentaries like this, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.